What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Apologies if you hear the fan running on the floor in the background. I'm trying to keep the lower half of me cool while the top half of me is doing this video. Today, I'm very excited to bring you a new knife review. I did pick this up on the secondhand market, but it was released this year, and I'm very pumped that I was able to pick this up at a little bit of a discount, slightly used. You couldn't really tell though, it still has that fantastic factory edge from Hogue. This is the Ritter RSK MK1 in Magnacut. What we're going to be doing today is going through the knife specs, going through size comparisons for reference, and thickness profile. I will be giving you my thoughts and impressions on the knives, and today we will not be doing alternative recommendations because it is my firm belief, whether you have Magnacut, whether you have the 20CV, or whether you do a different sprint run from Hogue on the Ritter RSK MK1, everyone should own one of these, even if it's the mini. It is a fantastic knife. It is still exceptional bang for the buck value. We're going to get into all that in just a minute. The Ritter RSK MK1 has a 3.44 inch Magnacut blade, 4.72 inch carbon fiber handles. Overall length, 8.15 inches. I could only find the weight of the original RSK MK1, so I wanted to check that in person with you guys. The original weight is 4.5 ounces. Let's see how this compares to that knife. Feels a little bit lighter. All right, I'm going to write this down real quick. 4.2 ounces is the weight that the RSK MK1 is coming in with the carbon fiber. All right, now that we got the weight out of the way, let me cut off the scale, get that out the way. Let's go ahead and do some size references. First up, we're going to bring out the Demco AD 20.5 in the shark's foot blade. As you can see here, the RSK MK1 just a little bit bigger. We'll also go ahead and bring out the Spyderco Shaman. I'm alternating, so some videos you're going to see where I do the original factory scale but with the micarta, and then the other ones you're going to see these fat carbon dark matter scales that are in the skinny. You can see this is a little bit closer in size to the Shaman, but it is still a little bit bigger as well. Let me go ahead and get these out of the way, and we'll go ahead and bring out the other comparison knives. First up, we're going to bring out the Benchmade Bug Out. Another crossbar lock here, and you can see that the RSK MK1, the full size one, is much larger than the Bug Out. Next, we're going to bring out the SIG K320, also a Hogue knife, and I thought this would be a nice comparison because I really do like this. You have very similar cutting presence, blade shape, everything like that going on with the blade. You have a little bit shorter of a handle, but you have to also take into account you have the dedicated forward finger choil, which does take away a little bit of that cutting edge to give you that extra grip. But when you actually take that grip into consideration, you actually get more handle profile, more handle to grip onto. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here, but you're getting more handle out of the K320, but you're getting less cutting presence overall. Last but not least, let's go ahead and throw out the budget knives. First up, I'm going to bring out the Cubist Variant PE. This one is a QSP made knife, and I believe you can get these for around 60 bucks, 14C228N and micarta or G10, I think it is. And the other knife that I love to use for these references, the USA made Buck 110, under $30, still longer, still longer overall. I wanted to switch out to something a little bit more newer for my budget knife, but in truth I may end up just kind of alternating between what I normally use, which is the QSP, sorry guys, the QB KU321, or also known as the Royal. But I thought it'd be nice to get something else out here, and the variant is still very affordable. You get a very nice blade steel. Instead of D2 at 50, for 60 you're getting 14C28N, which I think is the price of admission is worth the upgrade there, and you're getting the option for micarta instead of G10, which I prefer the micarta. Let me go ahead and close these up. What I'm going to do is give you the thickness. What is the thickness? I'm going to give you the thickness comparison so you can see how it carries in pocket and how it'll feel thickness in hand. You can tell the flat scales on the Cubist Variant PE2 a little bit thinner. We'll go ahead and bring out the AD 20.5. You can also see these flat scales a little bit thinner, but if you compare it to the SIG K320 by Hogue, it's actually a little bit thinner, but this one tapers down. This has that nice V shape, which I think lends to the ergos personally for me. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the Shaman as well with the factory scale so you can kind of see how these compare. They're identical. Thoughts and impressions. This is not my first RSK. I had a full-sized one that came with 20 CV and G Mascus. I did go ahead and just get the black. I didn't really get the G Mascus. I got the G10, I guess I should say, but you could get either or. The G Mascus is really nice. I have that on the mini RSK MK1 that I have that I like for a companion carry. And I think it just really kind of pumps up the looks on here. It has nice bi-directional pattern. You can see how the carbon fiber just glistens when you hit certain angles with this, which I think looks really, really nice. The bi-directional is also really nice because of the fact that it gives you plenty of grip, whether you're using this barehanded, whether you have gloves, it's really going to bite. The jimping is a little far back because of my larger hands, but it does work and it has nice bite to it. You get a little bit more control over the blade with that. For power cuts, you get really, again, good grip on here. You can choke up a little bit here, but just be careful. Make sure you're pushing through your cut and that you are really secure with your grip if you do that, because you have nothing to protect you. I recommend going back here and just using the thumb as kind of a guide to keep it from coming over, but you also have the thumb studs that keep that blade path of whatever you're cutting through. That should help you keep that in the blade, but there's plenty of flat surface for cutting here. Love, love, love the shape on this. It is a drop point with a sharp drop point, so if you need to get out to the tip, you are not having to come up very high at all to use that tip. It's very, very nice, and again, that long flat surface is going to be really good for the push cuts. It has a beautiful stone wash, and again, a killer factory edge from Hogue. The thing that I really am excited about on this Magnacut is that the Deca came out in 59 to 61 range, if I recall correctly. This is coming in at 63.5, which is right smack dab in the middle of what you hear everybody clamoring for as far as optimal heat range from maximum performance, from edge retention to strength to ease of sharpening. Like, they're saying that is the sweet spot. Just getting this, I've used it, but I am also very familiar with the RSK MK1 because I've had so many of them that I kind of know what you're getting here. You're getting excellent ergos, you're getting very nice grip, confident, inspiring grip. You're getting tip up, reversible, deep carry pocket clip that is really well done, functions very nicely, goes in and out of the pocket. The texturing on here is not so aggressive that you have to worry about this eating up the pocket a ton. It'll probably eventually wear out your favorite jeans, or it'll leave its mark. I wouldn't say necessarily wear it out, but you're going to see a little bit of wear over time, but it's going to take a while to get there. The other thing that I really liked about my RSK MK1, neither one of them have had the Omega spring break. The one that did break was on the very first Hogue I ever bought, which was the Blue G Mascus Deca that I had a long time ago. After about 8 months, one of them gave out, and Hogue's warranty experience was fantastic. They had jumped on it and just over 2 weeks got the knife back to me, which was fine because I wanted them to warranty it out. I wanted them to fix it initially. Now, I do have aftermarket springs on my Benchmade bug out, which I really do like a lot. They stiffen up a little bit here, but what I'm noticing on the SIG K320 and the RSK MK1, these kind of feel like they maybe have a little bit, and it could be placebo, but it feels like they could have a little bit more of the beefier springs on there, because when I'm operating them, they actually feel, when you pull back on them, a little bit stiffer. Now, this one might not be broken in, so I'm going to bring the K320 out here. No, these definitely feel, yeah, they definitely feel a little bit heavier duty. Maybe Hogue has done something to stiffen the springs up. I really hope so. But if you're not already subscribed, you should be subscribed to my channel, because I do long-term updates. I'll do at 3, 6, and 9 months roughly updates on these knives. This is a fantastic knife. Again, regardless of what variant you get, the 20 CV is really well heat treated and has a fantastic edge. Doug Ritter having a hand in how this knife comes out should give you a little bit more confidence too.
It's really going to be something that he's going to push a very good product. If you don't know who Doug Ritter is, he fights for knife rights in all states. He was the knife rights that he supports, that whole group, because I know that he just is spearheading it, but I know that there's people on the ground doing the work, overturned the automatic knives in Virginia, which is where I live, and I'm super grateful for him and everything that he does for the knife community. And a portion of the proceeds for this knife go towards that effort, in addition to the donations that they accept. So really cool if you think about what you're getting, and that he reinvests some of the money from his product into knife rights. So I think that's really awesome to support and sponsor. And you know, it's a great knife whether you get the full size or the mini. Full size is it's a perfect fit for me. It feels like glove in hand, kind of just meant for a medium to large size hand. If you have, well, I'd say large-ish, like medium large to over large, because I feel like I definitely am over. I feel like I'm over a large, especially when you look at how I swallow up knives that probably in a medium hand, you know, probably don't look like that. If you have, I would say, if you like something the size of the Variant or the KU321 or the Bug Out even, you probably would look at the Mini RSK MK1, which is still a really good size, but that is a sub 3-inch knife. Highly recommendable. No alternative recommendations. I just feel like everybody should have them. I've done blade battles against others, and I will be doing blade battles against this one in the future, so you can look for that content. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, leave a like. Again, mentioned earlier, you might want to subscribe for some of the long-term and some of those blade battles. Might be kind of interesting to watch that stuff. Thanks for everyone that has already subscribed. I appreciate the support. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, peace.